Alright guys, quick prediction video on today's action. Josh Warrington versus Hisashi Amagasa and the morning's fight between Stephen Smith versus Jose Pedraza. Um, Firstly, Warrington versus Amagasa. I've watched multiple tapes of both of them. Warrington, of course, over here in the UK, he's quite big in Leeds. People call him a ticket seller and whatnot. So for me, he's a very basic ABC fighter. Comes forward, likes to put the pressure on. He's very fit, and he can make his way around the ring. He knows what he's doing. He's competent. But for me, he'll win this fight, but uh, I don't think he'll look good in doing it. Amagasa as well. He's a pretty ABC fighter. We all know Amagasa amongst the hardcores for putting down Guillermo Rigondeaux twice in their fight at super bantamweight for Rigondoux's former WBO and WBA titles. But Amagasa again, he's very basic. I mean, he's large for featherweight. He's about I think 5'10" and a half or something like that. He is very tall. Warrington, compared to the top featherweights, is quite small, 5'7", but that is in comparison to the Leo Santa Cruzes and the Lee Selbys, and the Amagasas who are below world level. But as I said, I think Josh Warrington will win this fight, but I don't think he'll necessarily look good in doing so. I don't know. He hasn't got much of a jab, in my opinion. He'll come in, look to throw combinations and put Amagasa, make it uncomfortable. I wouldn't say necessarily push him back all the way, but keep the pressure on and ignore Amagasa's awkward style and try and just befuddle it a bit. I think that's what Josh Warrington's key to victory is here. Amagasa probably just uses natural attributes, use a jab, keep him at range, but I don't know if he could do that. I don't know if he's got the really good skill set to do that. For me, this if he wins this, I mean, he's looking at Lee Selby in the summer or potentially autumn. For me, Josh Warrington loses quite handily to Lee Selby. Lee Selby, I know he struggled a bit with Fernando Montiel and Eric Hunter, but Fernando Montiel's a tricky veteran. He's very awkward as well, so I can see where he struggled a bit there, and it was his US debut, trying to impress. So yeah, I can understand where he struggled there. Eric Hunter actually had a very unique style and put his hands low and would rely a lot on reflexes. So that was a style that Lee Selby I don't think has seen in quite a while. So I don't think he was actually ready for that. I did say Eric Hunter was quite competent in all areas in my prediction video, but that's what I thought on that, and it did kind of show in the fight against Selby. But as I said, I think Josh Warrington he'll win the fight. I don't think he'll look great in doing so, but it'll set up a potential clash with Lee Selby, possibly in the UK. Well, I would say definitely in the UK, possibly at Ellen Road even, and I'd expect Selby to win that quite handily. Quite large on the points on the put on quite large on points. Sorry. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Stephen Smith versus Jose Pedraza. This is actually a pretty decent fight in terms of the weekend's action. Of course, we have the two fights in the States: Chris Algieri versus Errol Spence and Steve Cunningham versus Christoph Glovacki. I'll actually cover them in a separate video. And yeah, Stephen Smith versus Jose Pedraza. Stephen Smith, I know what everyone was talking about him when he first burst on the scene. Uh, I know he lost to Lee Selby via brutal, actually, knockout. I know Lee Selby is actually not a big puncher as well, so it was quite surprising. But he was at featherweight, maybe not his natural weight class, but we would never know. But yeah, he lost there, and of course he's been rebuilding since at super featherweight. He beat Davis Bichero in his last fight to secure the IBF number one rank status. And Jose Pedraza is, someone they've been talking about in the States for quite a while. They've been talking about him being a multiple weight world champion and a very good solid operator. Uh, I know he fights out of a southpaw stance. He can actually switch it and change to orthodox. I know he did that against Ender Cherry quite a few times. He did adapt. He got a split decision. I watched a bit of the fight. He, I'd say he won the fight, but it was very, very, very close. I think he made it too close for his own comfort. I saw the fight before against Andrei Klimov, and he actually won that fight pretty comfortably. And I quite liked his work in that fight. He's a decent fighter. I wouldn't say he's multiple weight world champion, but he can win a world title here and there. Maybe two weight classes. Sorry, become a world champion. He's quite good. He's 26. He's quite young. He likes to scrap. He likes it on the inside, especially in the Cherry fight. So yeah, Stephen Smith will come inside. He'll bring the fight to Jose Pedraza. I think Pedraza's got the slight more quality to his work. Stephen Smith is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I'd say probably top 15 at super featherweight in the world, but compared to the top guns at super featherweight, Uchiyama, Takashi Miura, Francisco Vargas, Jose Pedraza, Javier Fortuna, and potential of Lomachenko moving up. That fight with Rocky Martinez is actually set for June 11th, I think, or something around those lines. So yeah, I think against those guys, Stephen Smith does not fare well at all. But Pedraza, he could win the fight, he could win it, but I think Pedraza is going to have the slight more quality to his work, the slight more snap to his work, and I think he'll catch the judge's eye. Stephen Smith, I'd be honest, he probably needs to go for a knockout. I know he does hit quite hard for a super featherweight. He has decent punching power, so he's going to have to try and stop Jose Pedraza as it is in America, and he might not get the rub of the green over there. So that's my thoughts on those two. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Jose Pedraza versus Stephen Smith. Anything you want to discuss about that, and also Josh Warrington versus Hisashi Amagasa, and potential match with Lee Selby even. So yeah, guys, let me know your collective thoughts on that. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share so it gets out to our larger boxing audience. And yeah, tweet me, PM me, however you feel you want to get in touch with me, please do. And yeah, take care, guys, and peace.